Howdy, partners. It's your tour guide to the sci-fi western side, me, Preston E. On this chair video, we're gonna mosey on down to the SOL Corral to take a look at MST3K Western episodes, smothered in gravy, Texas style. First up is MST3K's very first Western from Season 5, a Lassie movie called The Painted Hills. This movie, set in 1870s in California, tells the tale of a prospector named Jonathan who strikes gold. His partner, Mr. Blake, dies, leaving his son, Tommy, fatherless. Jonathan leaves his dog Shep, played by Lassie, with him. But Shep knows nothing about birthing no babies or raising no fatherless kid. Shep becomes lonely for his master, and Tommy decides to return him. Lassie playing a dude dog always confuses me, even if some lassies actually had a dong. Where was I? Oh yeah, Jonathan has sadly been killed by his good-for-nothing, no-good, rootin'-tootin' new partner Lynn. The no-good, rotten Lynn poisons Shep, but Shep barely recovers and opens up a can of kibbles and bits on Lynn's no-good ornery hide. Who's the good girl? Boy. By the way, in case you happen to wonder or care at all, this was the final Lassie movie produced by MGM, and the only Lassie movie where a dog played a dog character not named Lassie. Shep was played by a male dog named Pal. It's a doggone good Western. I'm sorry I had to do that. Moving on. Up next is Gunslingers, also from Season 5. This movie stars Beverly Garland, who plays Rose Hood, who takes on the role of Marshall after her hubby was killed. A saloon owner named Erica takes exception to Rose demanding she close her saloon for the night due to a town regulation. Erica plots to have Rose killed when she has her lackey hire a man named Kane, played by John Ireland. Eventually, Kane falls for Rose, and she gets feelings for him, too. He even saves Rose from getting killed by Erica at one point. Kane, however, is fatally wounded a little later when he and Rose exchange fire. Sometimes love hurts like that. By the way, in case you care, this is Joe Hodson's second to last episode as a series regular. Now we move on to Season 6's Last of the Wild Horses. In this here movie, a range war is darn near started as a ranch owner is accused of trying to force smaller ranchers out of business. Charlie Cooper, the owner of the Double Cranch, make that the Double C Ranch, captures, sells, and tames wild horses. But the smaller ranch owners ask him to stop for a spell so they can replenish their supply. He agrees when Jane, his daughter, aka Shut Up Ours, nags at him enough just to get her to shut up. Cooper's ranch manager Riley is actually up to no good, trying to make trouble in the western neighborhood as he manipulates Cooper. Meanwhile, a bandit named Duke is stopped from robbing a stagecoach by Double C Ranch hands. Duke is arrested. Duke is eventually reformed by two local ranchers named Terry and Remedy after they persuade the sheriff to release him into their custody. Well, isn't that sweet as iced tea with lots of sugar? He done begins to steal the hearts of tomboy Terry instead of robbing and stealing from the stagecoaches. He agrees when Jane, his daughter, aka Shut Up Iris, nags at him enough just to get her to shut up. Cooper's ranch manager Riley is actually up to no good, trying to make trouble in the western neighborhood as he manipulates Cooper. Meanwhile, a bandit named Duke is stopped from robbing a stagecoach by Double Crunch, or make that Double C Ranch hands. Duke is arrested. Duke is eventually reformed by two local ranchers named Terry and Remedy after they persuade the sheriff to release him into their custody. Well, isn't that sweet as iced tea with lots of sugar? He done begins to steal the hearts of tomboy Terry instead of robbing and stealing from the stagecoaches. Eventually, he also begins to spend time with Jane, also known as Shut Up Iris, and begins to steal her heart as well. A wild horse dispute leads to murder and arson. Charlie is killed by Riley and his cronies, and they blame Duke for the murder. Duke, however, is eventually set free thanks to Remedy being his remedy and his legal representative. It's just desserts and justice of the Old West. And finally, we got the most bizarre Western of them all. A tale of dinosaurs on a ranch in Mexico in this wacky and weird Western called The Beast of Hollow Mountain, straight from season 11. This 1956 film stars Guy Madison as Jimmy Ryan, who is an American cowboy who investigates cattle that have been disappearing. Ain't no aliens involved in this caper, though, as the culprit of the cattle disappearances turns out to be a dinosaur. Dinosaur? Big dinosaur, yep. It's pretty weird. There ain't been a dinosaur appearance in a movie this strange since the dinosaur trackers from Season 10's Future War. If you like a little Jurassic Park in your Ponderosa, well, it's here movies for you, hoss. Well, that about does it for me in this here vid, partners. I do thank you for coming over to visit. If you be so inclined, please do like, subscribe, and share, and do visit me anytime. I'm here on every Friday, pretty much. I've been Preston E, and I'll also be moseying on out of here. You hear?